Hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I sold them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace. Yeah, they know that we ain't the same. 402, we rap the gang. I told them this ain't a game.
Yo, what's good? It's Vince Take with CB83. Hey, back to you for another episode. Hey, we had a little mishap, but we back. Got that squared away. The chat is popping now. Goat, what's good? Goat's in here first, man. I don't know who was in here first the last time, but whoever you were, hey, shout out to you, man. Hey, Joseph's in here. Joseph, what's good? Chat good? Everybody good? Having a blessed Thursday. We got Thursday night football tonight. Not really looking forward to the game because I don't want to see the Texans get smacked up and down the field, but I'm still gonna watch it because I'm a football fan. So hopefully, I mean, they got a shot. Let's see if they could pull off the upset, man. I need an Eagles loss. That's what I need, man. I'm tired of hearing about them dudes. Tired of hearing about them. Mountie, what's good, my boy? What's up with you, Mountie? Go in here, yes sir. So yeah, man, we're here. We're gonna talk about. I'm not gonna be here long. Not gonna be here long, but we're gonna talk about this Chubb deal. I know you guys want to see the film on him. I know you want to see if he's really worth that bag he got. So the Dolphins pull off, honestly, one of the blockbuster trades at the deadline, right? So we end up getting Bradley Chubb from the Denver Broncos, still on his rookie deal. So he got an extension from us, a 5-year, $120 million deal. So he's basically getting about, I mean, $22 million a year as an edge rusher. $22 million a year, right? And actually, I want to be able to I want to show you guys some stuff too, because I'm actually going to let me add in some screens right now. I want to share that screen. I'm going to go back because I don't want to share that yet. I want to share this screen. Looking at the top, I want to look at the top edges, the top edge rushers, see how much they're making. I want to share this screen as well, and we're going to talk about his injury history as well, and see if that's going to play a factor into his time here with the Dolphins. Because somehow the Dolphins always end up getting guys who are a little banged up. Man, hey, but I appreciate everybody coming through. Hey, shout out to the Miami Sports Music Network. Hey, I'm a part of that team now. We're going to be cranking up next Friday over with Stephen D and the boys at the Miami Sports Music channel, man. So shout out to Miami Sports Music. They're killing it. Stephen D and his morning show is killing it. We got some really good lineups over there. Batman's on the team. Jason Sarney, Nonis, bunch of different people. Nando, what's good, man? So yeah, man, a bunch of different people on the team, man. I'll be cranking up over there on Fridays. Come check me out, man. It's gonna be fun. Always good vibes, always good fun. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 13 in the room. Let's get these likes up, man. Let's get these likes up. So 13 in the room, hit the like button for me. I want to get to 20 before we put on the film. We get to 20 likes, we get 20 people in the room. Share this right now. Send it out to people, man. It's gonna help me. So yeah, man, I'm here. Look, we got Niners in the building. Chubb equals a chump. Huh? Hey, Niners is a hater. We know that. If you guys are used to coming around here, we know Let's Go Niners is a champ. This is also the dude that said that Detroit was gonna whoop us on Sunday. It didn't happen, bro. It didn't happen. It did not happen. He says he's hearing we're getting OBJ. Hey, don't worry. Y'all season over with, man. It ain't happening. Y'all ain't doing nothing. We play y'all. Hey, we play y'all too, man. We play y'all in a few weeks, a month or so. I'm looking forward to that matchup, man. We going out west. We kicking ass and taking names. That's what we're doing. We got the Niners out there. We got the Chargers out there. I don't see either one of them boys. Either one of them. Line them up, knock them down. Line them up, knock them down. I don't see no Niners. I don't see no Chargers. We going out west to handle business, man. It's a business trip. Ian Baller, what's good? Chubb and Phillips is a deadly duo at the edge. Yes, sir, man. You got that speed from Phillips coming off one side, and you got Chubb coming off the other side, who's really crafty. And that's the thing about Chubb. He's athletic and he's crafty. And that's what we're going to talk about when we get into the film. Because dude can play. I mean, there's not a lot of dudes who can come off that edge screaming and you like, man, mama, there goes that man again. And that's that dude, man. He's like that. Canes, what's good with you, man? What's up, man? Everybody in this joint. Canes, man, this name here. I'm gonna just call you ex-con, man. Chubb gonna ball out Sunday to show his new teammates what he is all about. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Hey, and the dude came in and got straight to work, man. You see the dude sign today? You see? Did you see him sign? He had tape on his hand. Dude's a worker, bro. He's a worker. My dog Shane in the building. Shane, what's good with you, man? I feel sorry for you and your Bucks right now, man. But it'll happen, man. I think y'all will bounce back. Shane. I'm rooting for y'all, man. My other Florida team, man. I got to root for them Florida boys. This man said 10 years later, this guy 49 is still talking about they getting OBJ. Bro, this man, hey, we've went through it with that guy. That guy said they getting everybody and don't get nobody out there in the West, man. Barry, what's good with you, man? We got 20 in the room. Hit the like on your way in. We're going to crank up this video soon. We're going to talk about Chubb and how he stacks up against the other edge rushers in the league. We're going to talk about his injury history. We're going to talk about that money he got, that bag he got. Yeah, man, he's coming off his rookie deal too, man. So I'm happy for the guy. Really played his ass off to get that deal and basically made his name like a household name, in the NFL. Dude's legit. Top 50 player in the NFL at one point. And that was literally a couple years ago, right? So we'll talk about that. Chef's in the building. Chef, what's good? What you says, what's good? OGCB83 and everyone. How y'all doing this afternoon? Check your polls. Fins up. Yes, sir. Chef, man, we got to get some of them cookies and some of them desserts up here to Orlando too. You got to hit me if you ever pull up this way, man, because I definitely got to get those in my life, man. So hit me if you come up to Orlando. Appreciate you, man. Troy Ortiz, Fins, baby, all day. It's Fins all day, every day. All day, every day, man. Let's go. Chef says, as the ambassador of the MSN Podcast Network, welcome to the family, OG. Hey, I appreciate you, Chef. Hey, and I won't take it lightly. I'll represent you guys to the fullest and also represent you guys right out here in these streets, man. So I appreciate you. It's going to be fun, man. It's going to be real fun moving forward. I love doing this. I love being a part of the Miami Sports Music family. It's all love. We're going to have a good time, man. Real good time. 22 in the room. Hit the like, cranking up. You know how we do. It's a Thursday. I got off a little early. So make it do what it do. Make it do what it do. Bring y'all some content. Let y'all know why Chubb is that dude. That dude. Now, do we get to the Super Bowl with Chubb? Do we get there? Do we get to the Super Bowl with Chubb? I don't know, but I hope so. Right? Like Kodak say, I hope so.
I hope so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, and shout out to Kodak. He just dropped his album, man. Go check out that new Kodak album, man. Kodak Black. I like it. It's sliding. Good music, good vibes. Yeah, man, check out the Kodak album. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk a little bit about Chubb and his money, Chubb and the Dolphins, all that good stuff. Von Joe, what's good with you? Wolfpack in the building today. OBJ isn't happening. There is no cap space unless he about to play for 10,000 a game. 10,000. That boy, he said 10K a game. Nah, y'all can't afford him at 10K a game. Niners at 10K a game, you're gonna be hurt, my guy. He ain't playing for that. That boy go coach high school football before he play for 10K a game. Tyler Bruto, Garoppolo equals defensive turnovers for Miami. Yeah, man, that's what we call. That's what we call Garoppolo, man. We call him that apple turnover, bro. He that McDonald's joint, the McDonald's apple turnover. That's what we call Garoppolo, man. He'll do nothing but turn that joint over. Von Joe said, but y'all hit that like button for Casual Talks with CB83. Hit the like button for sure, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. We got 20 in the room, cranking on a Thursday afternoon. On a Thursday afternoon. Chubb going to be a monster. You're right, Barry. And we're going to get into why he's going to be a monster. We're going to look at his speed rush, his moves. We're going to look at what he does to offensive linemen, how he does it. And we're going to look at him in a run game, too. I think a lot of people, stress this, oh, he's a pass rusher, he's going to get out the quarterback. But there's a lot to it. You're not paying him, $22 million a year just to be a pass rusher. You're also going to pay him $22 million a year to stop the run and to be crucial in the run game. And we're going to look at some of those plays where he's just really crucial in the run game. It does a good job getting off blocks and getting it done. We beat Miami 54-17. Hey, please put the shaking my head emoji in the chat for this man. Niners, there's no way y'all beat us 54-17. It might be the other way around. It might be Miami 54, Niners 17. This dude's clueless. This dude's really clueless, yo. Tyler Bruto says 49ers. I heard the weed is good in California, but I didn't know it was that good. Yes, that man is, and he don't even smoke like that. That's the crazy part. He's just like that all the time, man. He's like that all the time, which is sad. And then Niners responds. Jimmy Satterfield, what's good? How much playing time will Chubb get Sunday? It's definitely going to be in a rotational. Just kind of work him into the lineup. I think he gets a good amount of reps, though. I mean, yeah, he's going to play. I think he at least 25 snaps, 25 to 30 snaps, maybe. I think that's feasible. Raul says, what's good? Raul, what's good with you, man? Raul's my guy, man. Hey, Raul actually won the 100 sub giveaway. So Raul got all the cards. He got the shirt. I gave Raul 2 shirts. I gave him some Tua cards, a Jaceki. I gave him the Prism cards too. Raul got a nice little care package, bro. Nice little care package for the 100 sub giveaway. He sent me some photos too. I'm gonna actually share those photos with you guys probably in the next show, maybe Friday or something. But I'm gonna share those photos with you. I appreciate you, Raul. Appreciate you coming through. Cooper Stone, what's good? Should I trade Saquon for Cooper and Jacobs? I think Saquon is gonna slow down a bit. I like Jacobs. Cooper, that's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. I think Saquon may slow down a bit, so maybe you do make the trade. Maybe it's something you look into, man. Niners still talking crazy. This guy talking Super Bowl would be Bills and Chiefs in the AFC. Nah, it's going to be Dolphins. It's either going to be Dolphins and Bills or Dolphins and Chiefs. Either one. I'm cool with either one because we're going to get that win. But that's what it's going to be in the AFC. That's going to be the AFC championship right there. Dolphins and Bills or the Chiefs. Either one of them. And the Chiefs may not even be there, man. We'll see. I think they may be a little fool's goal. But they got some players. I do like the Kadarius Toney pickup. That was a really good pickup from them. Dude's an athlete. He could play fast. He's like he's not a baby Tyreek, but he's probably the closest thing they'll get to Tyreek Hill. Joseph's in here. Mudbone's in here. Mudbone says, what's good? Hit that like for your boy. Did we claim a quarterback off waiver? Did we claim a quarterback from waiver? Let me know. I know we picked up Jeff Wilson Jr., which was a good pickup. I see he's already off running, getting a handoff from Tua, hitting the hole. I see him out there looking good. He looks fast, man. And I like him, man. He's a punishing runner. The Niners give us all their guys, man. I love it. I love the relationship we have with the Niners right now. Y'all can call us baby Niners or whatever you want to call us, but it's going to help us win games. It is. It's going to help us win a lot of games. He said, damn, Raul got the wrinkle shirt package. Nah, his was straight. I had to get his right. Von Joe, you was tripping. Back then you was in the Wolfpack too, but you was a bigger tour hater back then. So I had to make sure yours was wrinkled, man. And then when Lewis pull up, I got to make sure his wrinkled too, unless he's on the right track. Okay. I almost got Lewis out of the Wolfpack. Lewis is almost out of the Wolfpack. He's almost rocking with us now. So be careful, Vonjo. You may be over there by yourself soon. It's just going to be you, Crypto, Pete. Pete, what's good? Pete in here say fins up, man. Trey in here, fins up. McGoat, Marino's Goat. What's good? Cap for life in this joint. No excuses. Get us in the playoffs. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, baby Niners, man. They might call us the baby Niners, but hey, we rocking. We rocking and we rolling. We the 49ers, but on steroids. I'm with it, bro. I'm with it too, man. A juiced up Niners. We are juiced up because they ain't got no talent like we got, man. No talent. These two asexuals feeling themselves. Oh, yeah. I mean, we got to. I'll embrace it. I mean, you got to feel yourself, man. When Tua dealing like that, when he's shuffling the cards and just bang, 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 when he dealing like that, you gotta feel yourself. I mean, you gotta feel yourself. The dude's dealing, wheeling and dealing, Cap. You gotta love it, baby. You gotta love it. They don't do it every day, B. They don't rock like that every day. When your quarterback wheeling and dealing and shuffling like Gambit, when he throwing the cards out like Gambit, bro. Shout out to Gambit, the X-Men reference, man. Y'all ain't about that Saturday morning cartoons in the 90s, man. Tighten up, man. Peace at blessed day, everyone. Blessed day to everyone, man. Blessed day. Shout out to everyone in the chat. We got 30 in the building. 30 in the building. Hit the like. Dolphins Realtor, what's good with you? I'm not drinking this early. I got my water, though. You know, I'm a little Dolphins cup. You know, a little some, little razzle dazzle. Dolphins Realtor, what's good with you, man? Kane said, how we got both former 49er running back in the Dolphins. Yes, both of them, Mostert and Wilson. Dang, we loaded. And we got receivers from y'all boys too. Man's Dolphin fans should be feeling themselves. We got a treat squad. We got a great squad right now. We do got a great squad for sure. Real great squad, man. On paper, this team is solid. Now let's go out there and execute. I like it. Get me in the playoffs. I'm with you. No ducks, Pete. We ain't throwing no ducks, Pete. We throwing all dimes. Hey, throw a dime in the chat. They got a dime emoji. Come on, man. Y'all got to throw a dime in the chat. McGo says, we are the force, a.k.a. Tool Believers. Ooh, I like that. The force. Okay. We the force. Luke, I am your father. Dolphins fans happy we give y'all all our trash. You said that about Mostert too. Mostert taking off now. You wish you had Mostert. That's crazy. Raul says, Von Joe, if you want to see my t-shirt, go to section 135, Cleveland game. Yes, sir. He's going to be in the building. Hey, I might come down for the Cleveland game, man. You never know. I might show face. I heard Miami sports music got a crazy tailgate going. I might be there. Just a hint. Wink. Might be there. Marino's Goats in the building. L Burgess, what's good? I ain't seen you in a while, my man. What's good? The Force versus the Wolfpack. I'm taking the Force. The Force don't play. We them dudes, man. The Force is them dudes, man. For sure. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Hey, I got to get 20 likes, man. Hit the like for me. I'm going to actually share a screen. And let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the highest paid edge rushers first. Let's get into this, right? Get this off the screen real quick. All right, so looking at the highest paid edge rushers in the NFL, and let me pull this down real quick so I could get to it. Now, looking at this, so up there at number one, we're looking at the highest paid edge rushers. We have Trayvon Walker for the Jaguars at $25 million. TJ Watt in there at number 2 at 24. TJ's a monster. He was top 10 in the top 100 last year. Beast. Aiden Hutchinson, who just got in the league. He got pizzade. Joey Bosa's up there at number 4 with $21 million. And this is where, honestly, between 3 and 4 is where, maybe at 4 is where Bradley Chubb is going to be at $22 million. So he's going to be right up there at $22 million a year. He's not on this list, as you guys can see. So he goes from not being on the list to getting into the top 10 of highest paid edge rushers in the NFL at the 22 million a year. Is he worth it? We're gonna watch that on film and see, bro. But I mean, there's no reason you pay a guy that much unless the market dictates it. And that's the beauty of the NFL, is that, these numbers are just numbers, but I mean, they're measured pretty accurately in regards to the market value and where other players are. Okay. After Joey Bosa, you have Kayvon Thibodeau, who just got drafted recently. Harold Landry for the Titans. Von Miller, who's been getting the bag with the Bills. He's at $19 million a year. Daniel Hunter's at $19.7 million a year. And then Myles Garrett and Leonard Williams are tied at the $19 million a year. Myles Garrett's with the Browns, Leonard Williams with the Giants. So those are the top edge rushers in the NFL. Those are the salary rankings for 2022. So your boy gets in there as one of the top paid edge rushers. So he's going to be top 5 paid edge rushers in the NFL. And that's Bradley Chubb. He's going to go into that top 5 realm, right? So he's going into that top 5 realm as being that dude that has the ability to really change the dynamic of a game, right? And that's what we're going to get into. We're going to change. He's changing the dynamic of the game. We're going to get into it. Now, let's look a little bit at his injury history. I want to look at this because this is important too. The Miami Dolphins always kind of seem to get banged up guys, right? And sometimes we get them for a discount, sometimes we don't. But I mean, this guy we pretty much paid full price for. He's a dog. I'm cool with it. So let's look at his injury history really quickly. And you guys could barely see that, but I'm going to try to go full screen so it looks a little bit better. Give me 1 second. And guys, be patient with me. I'm new to navigating all this stream yard stuff. I really am. So, bro, I don't want to see that. All right. So I'm going full screen real quick. And when we look at it, I hope you guys can see it. Now you can't see it. Jeez. And this is why I hate Max. All right, so let's Google real quick. Injury history. I wanted to look at this real quick. All right, so let's look at this real quick. This is on Draft Sharks. Now, some of his injuries. Just pull that up. All right. So I think you guys can see it now. So looking at the injury history, so he had a finger dislocation in 2017. That's small. Able to return to the game, right? So that was in October of 2017, and that's non-NFL. In 2019 in the NFL, he had a ACL tear, right? So he suffered this injury in the Week 4 loss to the Jaguars, and he was out for the remainder of the season. So he did have an ACL tear in 2019. He comes back in 2020 to play. December 19th, 2020, which is late in the season, he has a ankle sprain. So he missed 2 games, and he missed the final 2 games of the season in 2020 as a result of that ankle sprain. And honestly, they probably weren't doing anything. They weren't going to the playoffs. So they probably were just like, hey, let's sit him down. Let's let him rest and get ready for next season. So that's December 19th, 2020. That's late in the season. September 2nd, 2021, he has another ankle sprain. He tweaked his right ankle during training camp. He missed the Week 1 game against the Giants. So he only missed 1 game as a result of that ankle injury. Comes back a couple weeks later. He actually has an ankle sprain during that game. And this is Week 2 victory over the Jaguars. And he goes on the IR, and he misses 8 games as a result of going on IR September 19th. And that's an early game in the season. So in 2021, he misses those first 8 games of the season as a result of that ankle injury. December 5th, 2021, late in the season, he has a shoulder injury. in the Week 13 game against Kansas City Chiefs. But he was good to go for the next game. So as we can see, his injury history is pretty solid. I mean, he doesn't have any like major injuries outside of the situation with the ACL in 2019. That was, he doesn't have any like major injuries. So he has an ankle here and there, and you expect little tweaks with ankles. Ankles are always going to be a thing. I mean, I played basketball and football pretty much all my life, and it was always a thing. Ankle injuries. When you're moving like that, it's gonna happen. You're gonna step on people's feet, all types of stuff. Hey, we got 40 in the room right now. Hey, hit the like button for me. I'm about to crank up the film in a second, where we watch Chubb and we break down what he does well, and how he could get better and all that good stuff. Let me see how many likes I got, because that's going to determine if we watch the film yet. So if you haven't hit the like button, just help me get there. Help me get that algorithm. Help me with the algorithm situation. We have 27 likes. Let's get to 30, man. We're close. Let's get to 30 likes, and then I'm going to drop that video on, and we could get going in regards to that, right? So getting back to this, so $22 million a year. Like I said, he's going to be in that top 5 in regards to getting paid. He's in that top 5, right? So let's see if he could, get it done for us. I mean, that's really why we brought him in, man. We brought him in to help us get to that next level defensively, man. So just going down here, Anthony Manzano's in the room. What's good, Anthony? He says, CB with Bradley Chubb trade, does this mean maybe down the road Greer might try to get out of the Agba contract? Maybe that is a case. Maybe Agba plays well enough for us to use him as a trade piece. Maybe that's the case. We'll see. I mean, that's the thing about Mike McDaniel. He says he's really in love with the edge rusher position, and he's not opposed to drafting one every year. So since that's the case, I mean, you just never know. Maybe we do use him as a trade piece, but maybe we just keep him around and try to stack this defense and be really competitive, right? I mean, that's the goal. We want to be perennial winners, right? If we want to be perennial winners, we got to keep good squads. So for sure, and let's hope Chubb can stay healthy. Let's hope all our team can stay healthy. That's a key component, man. Cat for Life says it's never going to be cured. I played street ball and it would always get stiff in the ankle. Always, man. There's always situations where you got ankles and things like that. Shout out to Cornell. He said, I got you. Shout out to Jimmy in here. AB, what's good? Anthony Manzano's in here. Trey, Cap, Goat, AB, all of the squads in here, man. I appreciate y'all coming through, man. I really appreciate y'all coming through. It's fun. Manny B, what's good? He says, Cat, we need Byron, man. That would be solid for the defense. It would be. Hopefully he can get his act together, man. I would like to see him come in and play. I mean, Byron, whatever y'all got, the little petty situation y'all got going on with your injury and stuff, I hope it's not that. But if it is that, put it behind you and let's just play football, man. You got a really beautiful opportunity to come in and compete on a really good team. If you come out and play well, shit, you could write your ticket wherever you want to go. You could go. You really could go wherever you want to go. If you come out and play good, you could go wherever you want to go. We could trade you. We could do whatever you want to do. But if you just sit there and don't play, we're going to have a hard time moving you where you want to go. Hopefully you want to stay around and be a part of this winning culture. But if not, deuces, bro. I can't save you. Definitely can't save you, bro. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this film. And I want to break this down. I'm going to share this screen. Windows. All right. Here we go. It's right here. Let me pull this off right quick. Let me share this screen. All right, there we go. All right. So, and we're going to get into this, guys. When I'm breaking down the film, I really can't see any of the comments. I do got a spotter in here, helping me out in the event that we get cut off or something. But I'm gonna have to stop it every few seconds or so, just to make sure. And this is actually a video from like Josh Kruger Sports. Check him out on YouTube. So when I watch these videos, I'm just kind of what I'm looking for is like good film that I could break down for you guys, to show you like what I'm seeing, in regards to the player, like how he's good, how he could get better, things like that. So as we go through this, I'm just kind of going to point out a couple things here and there. And I may skip ahead a little bit, may do a little bit of everything. So, be patient with me as I go through this. Like I said, I can't see your comments, but I appreciate everybody hitting the like for me and just sharing and subscribing, man. This is fun. This is what I do. I love watching film. A little background about me. I coached offensive line for 10 years. I played high school level and I played collegiately at Howard University in Washington, D.C. So I've watched a lot of film over the years, watched a lot of guys play in the trenches. So this is Chubb right here standing up on the left side. And as you can see, the tight end is going down into the box. So tight end comes down into the box. This is actually going to be like a power run play. Or actually, it might be a counter run. Let me see where the running back goes. So what's going to happen on these powers and counters is if they're running to this side, this is the concept. This is the play concept. If they're running to this side, running to the left side, their goal on the left side is going to be to create a wall on this left side, right? So everybody's going to go down, block down. The center right here, he's going to block back to this guy, right? The guard and the tackle here are going to double team maybe to this guy, right? Double team here to the backside backer. And then you have the tight end who's in the box now. He's in the box on top of Chubb. He's going to be working down to this backer right here, right? Which leaves Chubb, right? So you're thinking, damn, they're leaving Chubb on this play? No, they're not leaving Chubb. So they're going to pull the guard on the backside, and they're going to pull him around to block Chubb. And when they pull this guard around to block Chubb, and we'll see it right here, right? So when they pull Chubb around to block this guy, he's either going to have the ability to block Chubb outside, right? He's either going to have the ability to block him outside, or he's going to have the ability to block him inside, which is a pin. We call a pin. So pinning him inside. So this is a simple concept for run plays. This is ran at every single level. Power counter, front side wall, backside guard pulling. The tackle's in the center is going to close this gap down since he's going away. Since the guard's going away, they're going to close this gap down, and probably the tackle's going to work out to this defender. So center will block back here. Tackle will come down, step, make sure that's closed off, and then get back out here to this edge defender out here if there's somebody coming, right? So here, as we go through it, we're going to slow it down a little bit. Let me pause that right there. Let's get into it. Let's see if they're moving yet. Oh, there we go. All right. So here we go. So what we have right here, this is the same formation, same play, right? So we have, look. All right, let's rewind it back a step. All right, so this is what we have right here. So this is a good spot to stop it. So the center that was here blocks back, right? So he's blocking back to that guy we talked about. This tackle right here, like I said, he's going to close down, make sure this guy doesn't get in the gap where this guard is pulling from. And then he's probably going to work back here, right? We have the guard working on this guy. This is the tackle here. He's probably working to this backside guy, this backside backer. The tight end is doing an influence block, right? So with an influence block, you're acting like you're gonna block the edge defender, but he's not actually going to block Chubb. He's actually acting like he's blocking him. So he kind of stands straight up and tries to posture himself for not getting pinned outside, because he has outside contain right here. Chubb does. So he's keeping his outside shoulder free. And that's what defensive ends are taught. They're like, hey, as a defensive end, you can't get pinned inside. You're the contain, you're the last guy on the line of scrimmage. Outside shoulders got to be free. So Chubb is really just trying to make sure he can keep his outside shoulder free, just in case something comes outside and he has to make a play on this outside out here, because he can't get beat. So this is the counter, right? So run it like we're going this way, and then he hands it off. Like I said, you have this tight end going inside and to block this backer. You have this guard, this backside guard, coming around to block Chubb right here, right? So he's blocking him right there, and we're going to fast forward a little bit, and we're going to see what happens, right? So let's go back, and you see it right here. You'll see it live. He just tries to block him, and Chubb does a really good job of getting off the block and making the play. Now, what should have happened on this play, and this is kind of bad on the running back should have saw that, hey, this defender's kind of coming inside. I've always taught my running backs, hey, if you see the pin, you need to be working outside, right? You need to be working outside to this area, because this guy's P's contain can't get pinned. So this running back should really be working outside in this instance, unless he just really feels like he can get up in there and get positive yardage, right? That's not really the case here. So he should really be fighting back outside. And you see he tries to fight back outside, but Chubb just understands where the play is going. He understands where the ball is, and he's able to get off that tackle or that guard right there and make the play. So Chubb is just doing a really good job on this one, and just being forceful, making sure that as the edge defender, like you got to be violent, right? And he sees this guy's going to come in and influence him, and then he pushes him down, gets on him. He understands that something is coming. Even if this guy goes down, he understands that something's coming behind it. And that's always the case when it comes to, defensive ends and guys crossing your face. When a tight end crosses a defensive end face, he understands that, hey, something's got to be coming to me if that's the case. So Chubb realizes that. He knows the guard is coming around. He doesn't necessarily know it's the guard, but he knows somebody coming around to get him. So he is really forceful in taking it on, gets off the block and makes the play. Really good play by him. He just does a really good job of being forceful and just making sure he doesn't get blocked and pinned, and he still makes the play. And here's another play, right? So Chubb is the outside defender here, right? We see him circled. We're going to have the tight end come across the formation. This isn't Kelsey. This is actually another guy. But this tight end is going to cross the formation here. And this is what they do a lot of times, right? They want to send this guy to block this outside edge defender. But Chubb is just going to be really forceful and blow it up. And we're going to see it. He just does a really good job of getting his hands on guys. And when you get your hands on guys like this and you're violent, they're going to have a hard time with you. They're going to have a really hard time with you. So that's what he does here. Look, you see it. You see the play coming this way. Everybody, this is a zone blocking scheme. So everybody stepping to the right on the offensive line, and just kind of moving, dancing elephants, moving, trying to get the guys blocked. This guy's going to this guy. These two are working this guy. These two are working here to this defender here. And then this outside guy is blocking that edge defender. So the tight end's coming across the formation. Chubb is right here. He sees the running back has the ball. He's basically going to maul this tight end, just completely maul him and get him out of that space. Right? Are we good on the stream? I just want to make sure. All right, so we're still solid. All right, so going back to this real quick. taking forever to back up. All right, here we go. And see, he's really forceful and just really wrecks the play. Let's go back to it real quick. All right, so I'm gonna pause it here. So what he does is he's squeezing down like he's taught, and this is what defensive ends are taught to do. He's taught, hey, if they're going away from me, I need to squeeze down really hard, keep my outside shoulder free, just in case something's coming back to me. So he's here. He's gonna maul that tight end and get in there and make that play. Right. So the tight end is thinking, hey, I'm coming across the formation. I got to do a really good job of blocking him. But this tight end is just kind of lackadaisical. And he realizes that kind of too late. Once he gets there, he realizes he tries to give him a shoulder, and Chubb is all over the running back at that point. So tight ends, running backs, anybody coming to block Chubb is just going to have to do a really good job of bringing their hips, bringing it all to the party and saying, hey, I'm trying to get this guy stopped, right? Because he's a force. He's a big dude. He could get low. He could use his leverage, and he just mauls him and gets to the running back. So that's how he could play in the run game. He's good in the run game. I mean, that's impressive, right? And we got another play here. This is against the Raiders. Let's see what we got here. Oh, so this is one where Chubb is going to do a stunt, right? And this is something the Dolphins just really struggle with. And I'll take this off real quick so you guys can see my face. But the Dolphins really struggle with getting organic pressure, right? And they really don't stunt very well. They do a poor job stunting. And they don't really use it a lot either. So they typically just like rush 4 and they stay in their gaps. They don't do a lot of moving. When they do, it's just really not as effective. So I think Chubb is going to bring the ability to use more stunts on a lot of plays and just give guys an opportunity to really play loose. I mean, and move around a little bit. We know he's a force in the pass game. He's gonna wreck shop in the pass game, and honestly, he should wreck shop because he's gonna have some edge rushers alongside him and some defensive linemen alongside him who could play also. Linebackers, not so much. But with these edge rushers, it hides our linebackers a little bit. It hides Jerome, it hides Elena Roberts a little bit. So it gives us more strength on the outside and the inside as a result of making this signing. And I'm sure that's what the Dolphins are thinking. Like, hey, we can't get the best middle linebacker, but we could go get an edge rusher like Bradley Chubb that's going to strengthen the defense and add something to the inside and the outside. Because, I mean, really, you could kind of line Chubb up anywhere and just tell him to go play. And that's what I do like about guys like him. And you see it with guys like Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is just an athlete. I mean, you could kind of put him anywhere, line him up anywhere, send him on any blitz, put him in coverage, and he's typically going to win. I mean, that's why he's such a good player. So let's get back into it. And this is a really good play to watch also because of the – let me add this back. There we go. So I added that back. All right, so here you have Chubb coming on a stunt. So Chubb's going to go inside, and he has his 3 technique. This is a 3 technique right here. 3 techniques are usually some of the most athletic big dudes on the team. Raekwon is usually our 3, or sometimes Christian Wilkins or Zyler will play either or. But 3 techniques are big dudes. They're athletic. They can move. This is your shade right here. And then this is your edge rusher. So this is like a 7 technique. This is like a 7 technique, but you got a tight end here, tight end type. So this is a 9. And then over here, you have like a 7 because you have no tight end. But he plays so wide. So it's a lot different from a typical 7. It's like a wide 9 concept. So here, and I'm going to pause it again. I got to pause it every few seconds or YouTube will get me. I'm going to fast forward a little bit because this guy's talking. I want to see it in motion. All right, here we go. So this should be good enough, right? So he goes inside and stop it. We're going to pause it right there. So what happens is, let's go back and look at it one more time live so you guys can kind of see it. I want you to see how he's running, right? These guys are pass setting. This guy's pass setting. This guy's coming on the backside. Tight end's running the route. Receiver looks like he's running the route too. And he's coming through untouched, right? So Chubb's coming through untouched. These guys here just take off running. The guard and the center are going to take off running. You have Derek Carr back there. So Chubb is like, damn, they don't block me, right? So he's thinking, they don't block me. I don't get touched. They'll let me come scot-free to the quarterback. And then it clicks. It clicks in his mind that it's a screen pass, right? So he's going to stop, right? So he's going to basically stop where he is and basically post up because he realizes it's a screen pass. So he wants to read the quarterback eyes and, see where the ball is going at this point. So he does a really good job of just reading and reacting on plays. And you'll see him on this play just make a big play. And this is what we need on our defense. We just need guys who are going to make big plays and, when it counts, because that's what we need. We need guys who are going to make these plays, take touchdowns. And look at this. Dude's just a monster. So he realizes it's a screen, stops, grabs the ball, bats it, gets down, and makes a great play. And that's what you're looking for in a guy like Bradley Chubb, game-changing plays. And this is why you pay this guy, because hey, he has the ability to make these type of plays, right? So you give him $22 million a year and you say, hey, if this $22 million can get me, 2 to 3 extra wins, then it's worth it, right? And plays like this, these game-changing plays, result in wins, right? If you make plays like this, you're most likely winning the game, right? He gets the ball down to basically the goal line for the team to punch it in, right? So a really good play by him, and just realizing that, hey, it's a screen pass. Somebody else texting me. Hold on. Yeah, so it's a screen. They realize it's a screen pass, and makes the play. Here you got him, and this is showing some of the pass rush stuff, right? He lines up in that wide nine formation, right? And here he's just using his athleticism. He closes the gap quick, right? And these tackles are trying to get back. So these tackles are trying to get to a starting point where they can anchor down and really start blocking, deliver their blow and block Bradley Chubb. So they're engaged right now. He's basically just going to continue to walk him back to the quarterback because he's that athletic. He's strong, athletic, and that's what you look for in edges. You look for guys who are strong, athletic, and who can bend and get around the corner, because that's going to be really important in regards to getting to the quarterback, is just having that bend, being able to move. That's the difference between guys who are really good and guys who are just really, really great. And you see here, he's just being a force, really just doing a job of continuing to move his feet and push guys back into the quarterback. So he does a lot of this. And you don't see that on the stat sheet, right? You don't see that as a sack, but it's a big time pressure. And plays like that, where the quarterback's throwing the ball up in the air and he's, running around all into it, those could lead to interceptions. And that's why you got guys on the back end like, Holland and X and Byron if he comes back, and Kader Kohu, guys out there who can cover and play, because you may be able to get plays like this and turn those into touchdowns, turn those into big plays, right? So this is another play here. This is where you have the tackle. Look, you got a tight end in the formation. So you have a center, guard, tackle, tight end, down, and line, right? So he's in the wide nine, very wide nine. This tackle is going to try to come out and block him. I mean, he knows that's his guy. So let's kind of look at it, speed it up a little bit. And man, that's just a really good play, man. A really good play by Chubb. And honestly, the tackle is fantastic here, yo. Look at this, the tackles. Look at the feet. Look at the feet. You just gotta. He needs to anchor down at one point and keep Chubb in front of his face. But he kind of opens that window for him, and then he's moving outside of the pocket. If he steps up into the pocket, he has a shot. But the quarterback isn't stepping up into the pocket. He's kind of going to the outside. So the tackle is just at a disadvantage. And I think this may be Sewell. But yeah, just a really good play from Bradley Chubb, moving his feet, attacking the offensive lineman. Bam. You see the blow? You see how he delivers the blow? He's just going to deliver the blow and punish him, basically. Get him off his rocker. He wants to get the lineman feet off the ground. He delivers that blow, pushes him back, and then he's in the quarterback's face. So those don't count as sacks, but those are really good plays. Those are really big plays that the Dolphins will need later in the season. So that's a little bit on Bradley Chubb, watching the film. He's a good player. He's going to be good for the Miami Dolphins. And he's going to be worth the money, man. In this scheme, Boyer's got a new toy. Boyer, just let him do his thing. He's a good player. Go out there, let him do his thing. I think we'll be fine. Hey, guys, please hit the like for me. We got 46 in the room. I'm actually going to drop the link for a little bit. I'm going to drop the link for a little bit. I'm going to let a few people come up, maybe one or two at a time, and talk. I'm only going to go for another 15 to 20 minutes. But if you want to come up and chop it up real quick, feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. Wolfpack welcome. Everybody welcome, man. We got almost 50 in the room. I appreciate you guys coming through. Subscribe, man. Subscribe. He says, oh, Lewis is in here. Wolfpack in here. Fins take with two in there, CB83. What is good, Lewis? What's good with you, man? What's good with you? I appreciate you. We got Lewis in here. We got Lakers all day. We got King Z305. We got Science in here. What's good with you? Anthony Manzano, Raul, Ian Baller, Pete. Look, we got first one in the room. Let's go ahead and get him on here. I gotta hear what he got to say today. Got to hear what he got to say. Pete, what's good with you, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man, out here. You know how it is, working, escaping out the office. So I'm glad I got some time. The Dolphins know exactly how bad of a disaster this Chubb deal is, man. Like it
All right,
is
so let's
it
talk
is
about it. So
almost
let's talk about it,
nuclear
Pete.
bad. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it. Like what's disastrous about the deal? Let's break it down component by component. Like what do you think is bad
Let me
about it
just let me
first? And
just let me just rant it out, and then you let me
I
know how
don't
you
like the
feel.
I
I'm not
I
gonna
don't like the
scream.
rant.
I'm not gonna scream. I'm gonna just tell you what it is, and then you
All
tell
right,
me how
tell
you
me,
feel.
give me
Okay.
a like a 30-second clip of what it is, and then we're
Okay.
gonna address it.
This I as a Dolphin fan, I'm almost looking at this and I'm comparing this closely almost to the Ndamukong Suh deal. There's only a difference. Ndamukong Suh came free agency before the season, and we traded for him. But it's
Mm-hmm.
almost like that. It's almost like this type of deal where it confirms that this is the year for this GM. After this, there's no more Greer if we don't make playoffs. But the fact that it gets even worse and it gets even muddier, right? He pulls the trade, he overpays. At least that's my opinion.
All right, so you
Oh,
say he
wait. He pulls the
overpays.
trade. Of course, he overpaid, and that is my opinion. And I'm going to
Okay,
give you why
right.
I feel that way and he overpaid.
All right.
In the NFL, you are what you put up the last few games, right? The
you are
last
what you
three
put. You are
seasons,
what you put on. You are what you put on film. You're not are
you
what
are what you
you
put
the
on
last
film.
few
Uh,
games.
yeah,
Yes.
you are what you put on film. So the last 3 seasons, this guy has missed 22 games. That's almost 2 seasons worth of injury
So
in the
let's
last three.
so here we
But
go. Pete. Pete.
I know you wanna sit here ACL with the
But
thumb
you said
injury. I was
so he
hearing
had
you. I
a
was hearing all of that. There's no
so he had an
excuses for that.
ACL. So Pete, let me
But my
address you.
thing is, there's no
Let's keep it
excuses for
cordial,
that.
Pete. Let's
Okay.
keep it cordial. All right. So you said he missed 22 games in 3 years. 16 of those are from an ACL injury. So, I mean, you could say that, hey, he missed 22 games. He's only missed, 2 games here, 1 game there, 16 games in another place. So, I think if you take that year out, how many games has he missed? 6 games in 4 years, 5 years? I mean, when we look at guys like Armstead, who's missed 3 games every year for the most part, um, you got to respect guys who are trying their hardest to get back on the field. Now, do I think Bradley Chubb is the type of player that's hurt constantly and it's going to be out for the Dolphins and not be a contributor? I don't think that's the case. So, I mean, when you look at his production and how he's played, I mean, and you look at the money he got paid, he should be up in that top 5 as edge rushers. Now, you said you compare this to the Ndamukong Suh trade or the Ndamukong Suh signing, right? So we
Yep.
signed Ndamukong Suh. We wanted him to be a force in the middle. Now, defensive tackle is a lot different from an edge rusher. And I say
No, no,
that
no,
to say
no.
this.
When I
I say
say
that to
that,
say this because edge rushers have the ability to impact the game a lot more from their position than the defensive tackle guys.
you can say that about every position if you really
But
want to
do
get.
you think that's the
You can
case
say
though? Do you think that's the case or no?
it depends. That's not the case in a third and goal at the 1 yard line. That is not the case.
But
I
we're
prefer a
talking
dominant
right.
defensive tackle and like Ndamukong Suh over a
How
Bradley
often?
Chubb in that
But
situation.
let's talk about how often teams are in the red zone,
I
right?
mean, they're often in
When we
third
look
and
at
one situations or second and one
what,
in situations. You know,
but
they're
when we
needed
look
just as
at,
much as third and long situations. They're
you're
both
right, you're
needed.
right. They're both needed. They're both the necessary evil. You gotta have them, right? Do we have a guy right now that's gonna win 1-on-1, Pete, as an edge
if
rusher?
you act, if you based on the capital we have up front, we really should have never even needed a Bradley Chubb.
Let's talk about it. I asked you the question. You're deflecting. You're moving around the question. The question was, do we have a guy right now that can win 1-on-1 by himself out on the island?
They're getting stuck, bro. They're all getting stuck like a wall. They
So
got no moves.
they're getting stuck. They got no moves. You said it. They're getting stuck. They got no moves. Bradley Chubb comes with a repertoire of moves, and I think Ingram is a guy who can make moves too, and has a little repertoire. But Agba and Phillips are kind of the same guys. They're fast. They're trying to get around the edge, and they're getting stuck. The offensive linemen are winning those battles. So Jalen Phillips will develop that. Agba, we don't know. It's kind of late in his career for him to develop stuff like that. But when you add a guy like Chubb who can win these 1-on-1s on an island, you gotta respect that for what it is. And when you get the opportunity to get a guy like that and you need it, you gotta kind of jump on it. You gotta pounce on it. And I
I
think that's why
disagree.
Greer
I
makes the
look,
move.
and let me tell you, you see, you have fair points, and I like all of that. I can't even disagree to some of it, but to an extent, I do to it, right? But
Okay.
let me tell you where it gets muddy. Want me to tell you
Okay.
where it gets muddy? I
Yep.
pointed
Let's
out
talk about it.
okay, you could measure the injuries the way you want to measure them because that's factual. The injuries he's
Good.
dealt with are factual. I bring it up in a way where the last 3 seasons he's missed 22. That's factual too. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if we are going to make this trade, I'm not going to
Mhm.
disregard his play. When he has been on the field, he's been serviceable at times, good, very, very good. But he's been, serviceable and respected at his position no matter what. You have to key on this guy, and that is important. He has great size and he's kind of slow off the ball. I think I need to see more explosiveness. So that's a little issue that I do have with him. And the most important thing was this extension. You see, CB, this is the issue I have with Greer. He extended him already. Why not
But you
make
have
this
to.
deal? No, you
You
don't have to. Why
so
not
look.
make this deal? Look at him in the eye and tell me, listen to me what I'm telling you. Pick your jersey number, whatever jersey number you want. You're going to rock a captain on that jersey, and you're going to be my main guy here. What I need you to do for the next 6 weeks before the season ends is show me what you got in those legs. And
That's
if you
but see,
prove it,
Pete.
I give you more than what you're requesting right now in this signing paper. What you want is 111 million. Listen to me, Chubby. I'ma spend big buckies and I'll give you 130 million and we'll have the media calling a splash here in Miami because we're winning with you. So show me what you got. Show me you can be consistent and stay healthy just for 6 games. Be
Okay.
patient.
So
Leave your
can
mark
I
as
address
a
it?
Dolphin. Get me 3 sacks in the next 6 games. And matter of fact, we're talking incentive talk here, buddy. I'll work this deal like magic. Greer, give me that seat.
All right. All right. So I respect your take on that. Now, this is what you got to understand about NFL players. When you make a deal like this and you trade for a guy, you have to give them their deal right away. And you have to give him his deal right away because he's not going to play at the risk of hurting himself, of injuring himself. He's not going to go out there and bust his ass and really put it all out there because if he gets injured, he's getting no deal, Pete. He doesn't get any money if he gets hurt. He loses another 30, 40, 50, 60 million dollars off his deal if he goes out there and gets hurt.
And
So
you
you got
think
to
I care
understand.
about that? Because call me Christopher Greer. How about that, CB? Look at you.
But see, you don't care about the player, and
No,
that's the
no,
thing. And that's a
no.
let's
And
see the
that's the
player.
risk. That's the risk that I'm taking while you're sitting down, and you know it. And I'm even willing to pay
But
you more
Pete,
to prove it.
all
Yes,
right.
I am
So
worried.
you're
You are
so
injury prone. I
so
like
you're
you though.
so now you're getting disrespectful. So I'm trying to have a conversation with you, but you're yelling, right? I'm gonna unmute you so I could talk. I just unmuted you. Here we go. So, like I said,
Sorry.
a guy is not going to go out there. You have to give these guys their deals right away. And that's just the nature of the NFL and where the game is right now. That's the business aspect of it. I know you're thinking, hey, it'd be nice if you could tell guys, hey, go out there and show me you could prove it for 6 games and we're gonna pay. That's not how it works, man. When you sign somebody, you already seen the film on him, you already know what he could do. Don't bring me in unless you're going to pay me. And that's what their agent is saying. They have agents, they have representatives who do this stuff, bro. They have people who working for them. So you don't think that the Miami Dolphins were already in talks with his agent about the number, about what it was, about how much it was going to be. Come on, man. I mean, that's the nature of the game. It's no risk it, no biscuit, like G says. It's a gamble. Everything's a gamble when it comes to the NFL. You don't know if the guy gonna get hurt. You don't know what the deal is. But what you do know is what he's put on film is good enough to warrant this type of money. So that's why we got to give it to him. And that's
But guess
what
what,
they did,
CB?
man.
The deal that he got, he still really didn't get anything. He's still getting paid the same salary cap he got. So you could
Well,
have just
yeah. I mean,
told him,
it
prove
depends.
it, prove
No,
it.
it depends
Just
on
prove it.
where the
And if
money
you
is
can't
going.
prove it and you're not willing to risk it, then your heart is not all in it. And I don't need
Nah,
to pay a
man.
player long term that feels that way. I'm sorry, CB. If
Nah.
I was a general manager, this guy probably won't make the team. I'll be chasing
Eh,
somebody else on that offensive line, CB.
Hey, you gotta
CB,
pay. Hey,
ask me, how is he gonna help out more,
you
right?
don't. Hey, so Maston Park said that's not true. CB, if this was the case, no player would go hard in their contract year. Of course, they're going hard in their contract year.
Thank you,
He's
Master Park
he's
gets it.
went look. He's went hard in his contract year up until now. But we're not going to bring him in and not give him a deal. You got to pay the guy. I mean,
You
what
are paying
you're
the
not
guy.
going to
You
get.
took over his contract already. You're
You're
paying
not.
that salary, and you're
That's
telling
not how
him,
it works. Hey, that's
and
not
you're
what
even
I'm telling you,
telling him,
Pete. What I'm telling you is that's not how it works. You're not trading for this guy unless he already knows what the number is and he's willing to come down here and play for that number.
I'm sorry to
That's
tell you,
that's
CB,
the
you're
nature of the
wrong.
game.
You're
That's the
wrong, bro.
nature of the game.
Because he doesn't have no trade clause. He doesn't have no control over his contract. It's the owners and the general
Hey,
managers that
guys
will do
don't
whatever they want
play.
with you.
Hey, guys don't
That's
play
it.
for
Look at that.
guys
He
don't
was
play for
drafted by
cheap,
the
man.
Broncos. Oh, so by that segment, since he was drafted by the Broncos, then they have to had paid him. No,
Yeah, yeah.
he
Hey,
still had
but
a contract.
so what I hear from you is that you feel like it's an Ndamukong Suh deal, and you feel like you want him to come in and not, not take money. Basically, just play for free until these last.
He's not
If we
playing
make
for
a
free,
super,
CB. I just feel like, look, I already
he's playing on a
traded for
rookie
you.
deal where he could
I
get injured
will
and he
sit
could
down
lose a
with
lot of
him.
money.
That's the risk. I'm trying to win as well. And that's the
Right.
risk you're trying to take from me. Because
But
if you get injured and your career's over with another broken knee, then all that money I have to pay because it's guaranteed. And then what? What are you giving me on the field for me to pay
Pete,
you
you
this
have
big
to
salary?
pay. Pete, you have to pay him. I understand you want to think you don't have to pay him, but all these details are talked about before the trade goes down. Agents, Greer, everybody involved is talking about the money and how much he wants, how much will get it done, everything. So I know you think that's the case, but that's not how it works, man. Hey, but Pete, I appreciate you coming up, man. I really do.
Hey, no problem, CB. Thank you for having me up. Phinsup.
Hey, thanks, man. Have a good one. I'm bringing on next Triple S. Triple S, what's good with you, man? How you doing, bro?
I'm not bad, man. I'm good. CB, how are you?
Good. You just heard what Pete was talking about in regards to
I
the
did.
trade.
That's the main reason I wanted to come up, just because I'm in complete agreement with you. I don't always agree with you, especially when it comes to certain players on this team. But with what you were saying, it's absolutely
So
true.
what do you disagree with me on? Tua? Is that what you disagree with me on?
To a degree, no pun
Okay.
intended. To a degree.
All right. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'm getting more and more on board as he's playing well.
Okay.
Which I think is fair. I don't think I'm quite as on board as you and maybe some other people, but to each their own. You're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine.
I gotcha. We won't get on tour right now,
yeah,
but we'll talk about it at some point. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I completely agree with what you're saying, because Bradley Chubb is not going to sign here. The onus is on us to sign him, because
exactly.
And Pete, if you're still listening, hear me out. So let's say we take your example. We say we sign him, we trade for him, and then when we go to sign him, or we don't even go to sign him, he's not going to play. And the reason being, if he doesn't play, he's got one more year on his contract, right? So he sits out the rest of this season. He's a free agent next year.
He can get paid whatever he wants.
Exactly. There's
he can get paid whatever he wants to get paid. Yep. He can get paid whatever he wants to get paid.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you're right. So you're spot on, Triple S. And this is what I'm telling you. Even if we don't sign him when he walks in the door, he's still on his rookie deal, and he has basically a few months left of playing football before he becomes a free agent.
Yeah.
So if he becomes a free agent, it's fair game. He's walking out the door and he can go anywhere he wants to go.
Exactly.
Anywhere. So it just doesn't happen. And that's why you bring him in. And I think the Dolphins brought him in with the understanding of, hey, some of these guys we have around right now on the defensive line will not be here next year.
Hopefully, yeah.
And I think that's just going to be the case. So yeah, I appreciate you saying that, and I appreciate you coming in to kind of drop some knowledge in regards to that. Anything else you wanted to say with Chubb? How do you feel about the signing him and Jeff Wilson?
How do I feel about Jeff Wilson? Could be good, could be not too good. To be honest, it's kind of one of those, have to see it, because we've signed guys like Sony Michel who have been coveted before. Jeff Wilson was coveted before, and some of those guys work out, some of them don't. Raheem Mostert's working out, so that's a good one. But like I said, these guys like Sony Michel, obviously Chase Edmonds, who we just got rid of. So it's hard to tell whether it'll work out. I like the intangibles he has, the speed, the size, and what he's put on tape in San Francisco with McDaniel. So I'm excited for that, but cautiously excited. I'll put it that way. And the last thing I'll say before I let you move on to the next people is the same reason that a lot of people are saying we overpaid, and that Bradley Chubb is now the sixth highest paid player position annually. So that's the exact same reason. The reason we had to overpay him is the same reason you have to pay him now. because he holds all the cards, Pete, and whoever else would agree with what Pete was saying. And I love you, Pete, but he holds all the cards. Once we pull the trigger for that trade, he holds every single card, because we would look like the stupidest franchise in the history of the NFL if we traded away a first and a fifth or a fourth
to get a player that's going to walk out the door
for after 6 games.
Bro, come on. That doesn't even make sense.
Fine, he wouldn't even play those 6 games. So that would be just a colossal waste. He could have said, make me the highest paid player at the position. He could have said, give me
easily.
And what would we have been able to do?
Yeah. And that's why and that's why I said a lot of these deals are worked out in the background before the trade even goes down. Like, the numbers are already on the board.
Yeah.
They already know what they're going to get paid. If he comes in and we race picks and he walks out the door and we get nothing in return for it, that doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense at all.
I'm honestly surprised that it was only the number that it was. I thought he was going to be jumping into that top 3, top 4 area. But I'm happy. Yeah. I'm actually happy that it ended up being what it ended up being.
Yeah, I mean, I still think we got a very good player at a good rate. I mean, when you think about it, where the market is right now, I mean, those guys are getting over $25 million a year. I mean,
think about the guys that are going to be coming up for deals that are going to be eclipsing his deal in this next off season. So
yeah. So that's how it happens, man. Hey, I appreciate you stopping through and talk to me for a little bit, man. Triple S, you gotta come up more often, man.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too. Later.
All right, later. Hey guys, so it's Finn's Take with CB83. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming through. We had 60, 70 in the building. Hit the like on the way out if you haven't already. Please share, please subscribe. I'm just here giving you guys good vibes, talking football, talking Miami Dolphins football. I'm excited about the season. I'm excited about where we are as a football team right now and the adversity we faced in week 1 through 8. Do I think we're a better football team than people expect? I think so. I think even with these close games, to teams that are, that have bad records, I think we're in a really good spot, man. I think we have the ability to be a really good football team. And I think it's going to show as these guys start gelling, meshing, and starts rolling. I mean, the offense got going last week. Let's get the defense back going again. Let's get some turnovers, some sack fumbles. Let's take some to the crib. That's what we need, man. We need big plays, and that's why they went out and made this splash, because they know they need some big plays on defense, especially in the trenches, because teams are going to be throwing the ball. And you look at guys like Josh Allen, where he's rolling out, he's running, he's all over the place. You need a guy who's going to be a force off that edge. And then, you hope Jalen Phillips and Agba or whoever's on the other side could be a force as well. And they pin them in, and the dude's done at that point. I mean, you got a sack fumble because they're just really coming off the edge really well. And, with our linebackers being kind of the weakest point of the defense, I feel like right now, it helps. Every little bit helps when you add guys like this. It makes it easier for the linebackers to read and react. It's going to help, man. It's all these variables work together. And I know people want to say, hey, context is the key. Look at everything surrounding the situation, the cornerbacks, the linebackers, the time the quarterback has to throw the ball. That's why we got to get a guy in here who can really get after somebody, because the quarterback's just been sitting back and eating us up, yo. They've been eating us alive. Goff really looked good last week. I think Goff's a good quarterback, but damn, he looked all pro last week, the way he was eating us up, bro. It's crazy. So, hey, I appreciate you guys coming through. I was live for 1 hour and 15, longer than expected. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to the Miami Sports Music channel. I'll be on live with them next Friday. Them and the family, man. Come through. Come holler at us. Shout out to Stephen D and the family. All the Fins channels. Much love. Appreciate y'all. I'm out. See ya.
Came from the bottom, that's foreign. I swear that I'm up for the sun in the morning. Oof, hey, I gotta flex. I need a Nike bag, give me the check. I need the money and power, respect, but I promise I'm repping the O to the dead. Hey, oof, I told them out of my way. I don't got nothing to say. Now they can't run at my pace.
Hey, G. Hey, you and the Wolfpack don't bother me, bro. Y'all weak. Howdy.